Welcome to a world ruled by big men with even bigger dreams. Welcome to a world of betrayal, revenge, and a snappy costume. This is a story about friendships pushed to the limit. It's about the battle to become king of the heap.
I'm doing it on you?
You're doing it on me.
Right.
Mr. Damage is in training. He's gearing up for a big fight.
What I love about being a wrestler, and what I love to observe as a wrestler, is how people get overwhelmed with exactly what happens in the ring. You know what I mean? That is a Japanese leg lock. I guarantee you, I can snap his car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just tell them the truth.
It's a story. It's an ending. There's a middle. There's a start. There's everything. It's just like a violent Hamlet.
Bully the Brawler is an independent wrestler. He doesn't have to prove anything to anyone.
My wrestling style is spontaneous, it's tough, it's rugged, it's ferocious and intimidating. How I hit people hard right away, people would like to see that. I don't dilly-dally. Once I'm in there, bang, it's on. You know, I'll fight for the common man, I can fight for the Chardonnay set, I'll fight for anyone. I'll put a show on for any walk of life.
Ox's wrestling potential is undeniable, and so are his ambitions.
I always dream about wrestling. I dream about wrestling non-stop, 24 hours a day. I don't want to dream about being number one. I want to be number one. I think the more dreams that you can produce through your own head, more dreams that you can say, yeah, I'm going to get there, it'll happen. Of course, it's going to work for me, and I know that.
My thoughts on wrestling. It's a soap opera for men. That's it. It's got everything in it. It's got sex and drugs and rock and roll, and because it's got all those things, it's tough, it's okay for men to love it.
Ox is only one sleep away from the biggest fight of his career. He's keyed up. He's edgy. A trip down memory lane always settles his nerves.
My father originated from Italy. My mum was Australian-born, and we all live in Werribee, which is on the other side of the river, as people would say. So, a bit of a western suburb culture I've got. Because Werribee is pretty renowned and known as a shit farm, right? There's a big sewage farm down there. So a lot of people always go, you know, oh, you live out in a shit farm, or you go and swim with the turds out in the beach. There's always people that are hanging it from you. So, oh, you come from, you know, where I be.
He was one of those children that just, when he started to walk, he didn't walk, he ran. Always getting hit and going into a wall, or falling off the motorbike, or falling off the bike. Just a real boy. I didn't want any more boys, but I survived.
When I was a kid, man, I'd just jump off everything. Get a motorbike and jump 25 feet over a shit channel and land on the other side and keep going and then stack into a tree. But for us, that was fun.
It was very lively. Not only lively, but healthy. Very, very healthy.
Even back then, we used to wrestle out in the broccoli paddocks. You know, we used to wrestle off the trailers. You know, 15, 16 years old, jumping off a broccoli bin, off the tractor, into the middle of the mud, bang, start slamming each other in the middle of the paddock. You know, they were fun days.
He come home and he said, I'm going to make a lot of money, Mum. And I said, oh, yeah. He said, yeah, I'm going to get into wrestling. I said, wrestling? He said, yeah. He said, you know, that WWF or whatever it's called on TV, I'm going to do that.
And I said, I'm a wrestler. I said, I'm a professional wrestler. And my mum just went, that wouldn't surprise me. And my dad just reckons, you're crazy? I've always thought you're crazy. He goes, now you've just proven that you're crazy.
He came out with this cape and all like the ox cape. And of course on his trousers he's got OX, ox. I mean, He was so vibrant. He was so, just electric. And I think, geez, is that my son, you know? It was really, really nice to see. And that's something that, in my mind, of Adrian in the wrestling, I will never forget, because to me, he was doing what he wanted to do. He thought he was a big actor.
It's hard to believe now, but a little over a generation ago, scenes like these were compulsive viewing. But during the 60s and 70s, wrestling was an inescapable part of Australian life.
At 238 pounds, the present heavyweight champion of Australia.
For 3 generations, the men of the Iacovides family have been hypnotised by this sport. Mr. Damage's dad was one of the most outstanding wrestlers this country has ever seen.
The first time when I met him is he's been in a gym, the wrestling, because it's my brother is wrestling too. And then I meet Alex, and he's beautiful. He's gorgeous boy anyway. And I like him. Not just me, everybody like him anyway. But probably I am more lucky than the others. And he chose me.
Wrestling today more easy. The olden days very hard. But wrestling today more clever, like solicitor. Talk like a solicitor. You believe that? Yeah.
Back then it was a lot rougher, mean, and a lot of blood involved. Undefeated 2 years in a row, world champion 2 years in a row. It was beautiful. Yeah.
I think wrestling really hit home the day Dad came home from Olympic swimming pool after he had the big match with King Kong in front of 14,000 people with bleeding right down his face, blood splattered all over. When he walked in, it was like a shock to my system to see my father bleeding like that. And I think it really hit home then. I go, this is what Dad does, it's wrestling, and it's actually a serious sport. And in those days, it was a serious sport.
I don't like it when Cons wants to be wrestling. Because I saw his father, they come in all the time with bruises and black everywhere, and I hate him. That's why I don't like the beat. But he loved wrestling.
I did amateur wrestling, and the amateurs used to say, your dad's a professional, you're an amateur, it's a different ball game here. And I used to understand that. Dad pushed me into the amateur wrestling scene because he goes, you've got to be an amateur before you're a professional. I needed an overseas trip. I told Dad I needed an overseas trip. So that's when I actually rang the Hart Foundation in Canada.
He went to Canada, wrestled with Bret Hart, Owen Hart, all them fellas over there, and came back. One of the best in Australia, still is. So I reckon.
And today in Australia, the best wrestler, Con.
Yeah. He's going to say that no matter what you film, he was going to say that.
The best.
You're not looking at wrestling royalty here. If Ox is going to make it to the top, he'll have to earn it.
Come on, Ox.
One of Adrian's frustrations in wrestling is he wants to be top dog. There's a lot of, not a lot of wrestlers, maybe one or two, that aren't quite ready to let him be top dog.
Ox was the kind of guy that loved the wrestling. Ox was a fan before he was a wrestler. Let me tell you that. He was a wrestling crazy. He used to bother me about getting into the ring and all that.
Mr. Damage was great, like it was all like, oh, buddy, mate, I'll make you a champion, I'll make you, one of the best wrestlers, I'll do this. It was just like, it was like a real brother thing.
When I put him in the position of being a wrestler, it sort of all changed.
A lot of stuff has changed since then, since that, the happy days.
Tonight, it's a fight for the title. and a strained friendship hangs by a thread. It was agreed that this fight against Mr. Damage would be a showcase of Ox's talent. But then, it all began to unravel. No way was a young charge going to get the better of Mr. Damage.
Damage pulls him over. 1, 2, 3.
For Ox, the loss was devastating. But for the seasoned wrestler and promoter Mr. Damage, it was business as usual.
You cannot beat me fair and square, Damage. I'll never go away until this point gives me a fair match.
How many times can I hurt the guy? How many times? I'll kill him the next time.
Work the next day gave Ox plenty of time to contemplate his loss.
Last night really just destroyed me. Just destroyed me. I don't even feel like a wrestler today, you know? I work my heart out, I work my guts out, I strive to do everything. Yeah, I was so amped last night. Mr. Damage can make you feel like, he can make you feel like a superstar. He can make you feel unbelievable. He can, you know, he was giving me everything. But at the end of the night, he just made me crash and burn.
Adrian's a boy trapped in a man's body. He loves professional wrestling to the extent that he doesn't know whether it's a hobby or it's a career.
I got the chance to take a title. I got the chance. I was that close. So, you know, I got put up on a pedestal. I got put up on a mantelpiece by Mr. Damage. You know, of course, I'm his protege.
For Bully the Brawler, wrestling isn't about winning titles. It's all about earning respect.
You've got to have the body and the athletic ability as well as the charisma. You've got to have charisma and you've got to have a personality. I mean, personality and charisma can get some wrestlers through, but the bottom line is if you haven't got the goods, you haven't got the goods. You need your big barrel-chested men who can intimidate people and put on a show. How do you feel under here, right? All right, mate. That's all right there. Look, the titles don't worry me, mate. Whatever comes, comes. As long as I'm getting paid. I'm not a glory seeker like those other geeks. Like Mr. Damage Jacovides, just an overgrown, oiled-up bloody Frankfurt. That's all he is. Wants to be the king. Nah. Only got to have a look at him, mate. He's a Greek. What a Greek's got, mate. You ever seen a Greek world champion in anything? They're all demigods, mate. I hit a few nerves, a few Greeks in here, is there? You're not laughing at me, Ray, are you?
Nah.
That's all right, mate. Just keep sitting there.
Nah, I wouldn't laugh at you, mate. You know why you got a gun in your hand.
That's it, mate. I'll just stick it in a bit harder.
Today, Bully packs up early. He's off to see an old mate. Bully and George used to be a dream tag team partnership, but they were chopped in half by you-know-who. So Bully had reasons of his own for wanting to see Mr. Damage go down.
We'll make it come back. Of course we will. Huh?
We were very strong. People loved us. Even though they hated us, they liked seeing us there because we put on a good show. George is a great man. He is wrestling. Forget about Mr. Damage and all the others. If you want to know about wrestling, he's the man to see. He's the godfather, and he's still doing it.
Straight away when I saw him, with the other guy, train, I said, oh, that's my partner.
Yeah.
And, you know, I talk a little bit in his ears, you know.
Yeah, he got me over. He got me over. We've been together ever since.
Man.
And I won't listen to anyone else. And no one else can... He's the best trainer. He's the most knowledgeable, the most scientific of all the wrestlers. He knows all the moves. And, yeah, I've just stayed with George, you know.
It's not about you being comfortable with who you wrestle with. It's about you doing the right thing and performing the right way and doing a good match with the guy you're with. I don't care how chummy you are with him. I don't care if he's your best mate and you sleep with him. If you're not, you and him aren't firing and getting the result that I want at the end of the night, you know what I mean? It's just not going to work. I'm just going to either separate them as wrestlers or you know, split them apart. You know, and if that hurts, that hurts. But you know, to me, I'm not looking for friendship on the night. I'm looking for results.
He's already cut us in half. Now he's working on me, and I'm just a stepping stone for his limelight. But the limelight is going down.
I get a laugh quite often when the wrestlers all start to get a bit precious about each other.
Wrestling is a bitchy business. It's what kind of gear you're wearing, how good that looks on you. They'll say, yeah, it looks fantastic, and they might turn around and go, geez, that looks shit house. Everybody compares, you know, oh, they're nice boots, they're these boots, I've got this, I've got pads, I've got, you know, and everybody starts comparing gear and comparing clothes. It's, you know, it's absolutely like a mother's club sometimes in there, you know what I mean?
Fox fancies himself as a bit of a fashion plate, and he wants to take wrestling in a fashion sense into a new era.
My costume came about that an ox is furry, so you get some oxes which are furry, long-haired coats, and I thought, I'll go something like that. And I ended up making hoofs, which my hoofs are made out of just fur. On top of my pants are made out of like a lycra, and the rest of it's all fur around in ox.
So it's important to him. He's Italian. He likes to look good, and he likes to wear fur.
It was just my choice to have a one-piece outfit with my boots. I thought that was enough. I had a pair of patent leather boots, which I paid a lot of money for. My shorts was the same kind of concept, and I thought that was enough for me. I said, the day I start getting completely fat and ugly is obviously the day I'm going to stop wrestling, because, you know, I'm not going to buy another piece just to cover up my gut. And I said, stuff that, you know, I'd rather just give up.
If you're going to be a wrestler, you got to dress like a wrestler. Like that. Very good. This is my fluoro one. The girls love this one. It's a top colour. When I'm doing the main events, this is it. Got the flames, the orange flames on the blue. This is one of my other favourites, which the girls really like too. All made by my loving mother.
Oh, Bully dreams up his own designs and colours.
Everyone says, oh, you got pink, yeah, you got your pink outfit on, but see, it attracts their eye. When I'm wearing these and the people see these, they know I mean business.
Bully likes his costumes to be colourful, plenty of stretch in them, to fit snugly.
She loves it. She's always saying, now, don't get hurt, don't get hurt. Have you got your singlet on? You got your hanky? See how it's nice and shiny?
Yeah, and it's got a good bit of stretch in it too.
A good bit of stretch. I think that look good. What do you think, mate?
Yeah.
I'll tell you the number.
All right, don't look.
You have to get it right this time, mate. Mm-hmm. Don't look. I don't want you to... Gee. No, it's not too bad.
Not too bad?
Yeah, 34.
34, gee. That's a little bit bigger than last time.
I
got you back.
Hey. Keep showing, mate.
That's 34 too.
Well, I need this finished, mate.
All right. Yeah.
For Bully, self-expression goes far beyond pretty colours and a snug costume.
I have a warehouse out here in Fitzroy, and I'm there a lot of times, free time that I can get, mostly in the night. I'm there painting. I'm an optical artist. It's just something comes out of me. I don't know what it is. It's just a passion and an urge that I have to do it, and I satisfy my craving by going out there and painting. It's very, very relaxing. Yeah, here she comes. These lines here, they're I mean, they look rough and scratchy and that, but the idea of these lines, this is the background. The black lines are what's going to give me the depth in this painting. Very important that they have the black. Most important thing is I'm here, and I'm here for the work. And I just want to, you know, produce nice pieces. Hopefully people like them. I'm getting a good response. And so I'm just persevering with it, and I'll just paint till I die.
The long journey back from defeat has to start from somewhere. And for Ox, it starts from within.
Best part about meditating is I go for a walk down towards the beach there, just across the road from my house, and I sit in these rocks and just look out to the ocean and just fly away like a bird. I just shut off to everything around me. My mind is just so clear. Because if a lot of people start slurring you and a lot of people start giving you negative thoughts, then you have to wash that off your back. So my way of doing that is meditating.
For Ox, the climb back to the top begins with a lowly support match. This fight is just the tonic Ox needs. Every move seems to bring a new confidence.
I just think it's funny as hell how they come on and they think they're top of the heap and then they start fighting, and the moves that they do are great. You know it's all fake, so it's even better when you can name the moves and you know how much it really didn't hurt them.
It's all predictable, and the whole crowd knows it and everyone loves it, you know?
It's not like just throwing a kick and throwing a punch and going, yep, and strike here, strike there. It's a whole different, it's choreography, it's entertainment.
People say to me, oh yeah, it's all fake. Well, I say, well look, I'll pick you up and I'll throw you on your back and I'll show you how fake it is.
I'm going to hit him here. If I leave a room like that, I'm no good. I must touch him. All right?
Hey! See, if I try and get up, you're watching me with the pressure on.
All right? But if it's a good friend of mine, I change it more softer. All right?
Bullshit, George! Supposedly, if someone you don't like, go and do it again, George. You watch him. He put that. See? That's what happens. You're doing someone you don't like. What can you do? He can't get it. George! Hey, so he's going to make me spin around, eh? That's it. All right, stay where you are. That's it.
Adrian loves an audience. Probably because he loves people so much, but like all of us, he loves to be loved.
If I make you laugh and you have a great night, then hey, I've won. I've won the people over. I've won their laughter. I've won their hearts, I suppose.
As much as Ox is popular right now, and he accelerated very quickly in that area, he'll never be as popular as me.
Damage is good. Like, I've got like a soft spot for Damage, but if Damage is fighting the Ox, then, you know, the Ox is the man, you know?
You would never be as popular as Mr. Damage because it doesn't matter how many years. If you're in it for 2 years, but I've been in it 25 years, I know when people are cold, hot, how to get them back, how to track them back to my side.
If I'm a crowd favourite, then I'm a crowd favourite. I have to show people, yeah, OK, I've got great showmanship, but if someone's going to play dirty with me, I'll play dirty with them. The Ox rocks.
And the Ox is about to rock tonight, facing his toughest obstacle so far in his journey back to the top.
The Ox, ladies and gentlemen.
You can't keep a crowd favourite down.
And this match is underway. The Ox is working high impact and powerful, nothing new there. Although that was. And the Ox working him over, slow and methodical. Oh, this is with a clothesline. Double clothesline.
It's clear to everyone that Ox's shot at the title is just around the corner, until this happens. A foot on the rope seems like a minor breach in a world where rules are hardly ever enforced, but not tonight. In the wings lurks Mr. Damage, the promoter and self-proclaimed head referee. It seems it's non-negotiable. Ox is out, disqualified by the man who fears him most.
You always say, I'm your protege, but you're nothing to me, brother. Nothing!
But this time, Ox is not alone. An old mate makes an appearance. For Bully, enough is enough. It's time to get involved.
Mr. Damage thinks he's Mr. Wrestling, and he thinks that everyone likes him, but they don't. There's myself, and I'll talk about Ox. We're young faces coming up, and he's not liking it. We're taking the limelight away from him. But what's making it hard now is he's a promoter, and he's supposedly calling the shots.
This is our stage. This is our, as you can say, our workshop, and we put a lot of hard work and sweat in here. I reckon in a previous life, I would have been either the gladiator or I would have been either the designer of the war, one or the other. Give me a call. I'm either downstairs in Sydney having a coffee, trying to relax, so don't unrelax me. I do everything. I do the whole lot. That was over. There was no carpet. I'm glad you brought that in because. Well, we came off the ring all bleeding. I mean, shit, you know. I weigh up what every bloke's worth. I weigh up how their performance has been. I look at them over a long period of time or a short period of time. I know exactly what every wrestler's worth. It just never stops. On top of that, I run a security company, so you have to understand that there's no time in the day that I'm always thinking of one thing, then I'm thinking of the other thing, then I've got to break away back into the wrestling scene, then I've got to break away back into the bouncing scene, then I've got to, break away in my normal personal life. I actually tell my wife, look, don't talk to me today. It's a no talk to con day.
Promoters put on the shows, but they're putting the show on for themselves. And they want themselves to look good. They're not worrying about anyone else, they're only worrying about themselves.
You do the right thing in here, and you train hard, and you impress everybody, and you become a showman, and you become a good professional wrestler and an athlete. That's what it's all about.
It's rock and roll wrestling. It's not the con show. It's not Mr. Damage's show. It's wrestling.
I couldn't care what he said about me. I'm even the promoter. I don't care what he says about me. But when he gets on that ring, if he performs bad, he's out. Full stop. He's no different to anybody else.
The better you look on camera. The better you look, the more women want you. The better you look, the more money you make. So I think looks is important.
To help him kickstart his dreams of overseas stardom, Ox starts to work on his public image.
Okay, back here, turn your shoulders around. Good. Right, good. The hips, good. Hold that. All right. We'll do that again.
Mark my words, you will see me in America. 3, 4, cha-cha-cha. Bit of You like the way I danced? In my furry costume, in my yak outfit, but the Ox will be there and Mr. Damage won't.
Over there, they don't muck around. You don't do what you're told. You make one mistake. See you later, Charlie. You're gone.
I want to get in there. I want to get into the Americans and say, hey, you know, come and accept me. All right, they might say to me, hey, mate, you're too small. Or, mate, you know, you're too short. Or, no, you're an Australian. I don't know unless I go over, unless I make a couple of phone calls. Maybe that first step for me is just, maybe I'm holding myself back. I don't know. It's just, I've got to work myself out and I've got to work out what I want.
You know, once they go overseas, they have a taste of gold and TV and this and, you know, I'm a rock star now and, you know what I mean, I'm getting paid good money, I've got girls left, right and centre. They get caught up in this plastic, crazy whirlwind of a world where there's nobody but them.
I've got to get there. Maybe book me a plane ticket. Oh, I don't know. If you want to book me a plane ticket, that'd be great.
As Ox daydreams about the future, Mr. Damage considers what might have been.
With television in Australia, the fact that it stopped, and it stopped, let's say, 5 years before I actually started scraping the surface of professional wrestling, it was a big downfall on my behalf. My father was a legend, and what made him a legend was television. The man was a natural legend. He was going to be a legend regardless TV, but TV was there to capture him. The exposure was there for him. The people knew of him quicker than what they know of me over a period of 25 years. That was history now, and it's just a memory in my head that'll be there for a long time, and it's something that I always have to imagine what could have been if I'd had TV on my side. That's how easy it is.
Thank you for calling World Wrestling Entertainment. Please hold for the operator.
Yes, how can I direct your call? Reception. Hello? How can I help you?
When Adrian's down, and I think he's up for a bit of a kick in the behind, I suggest that I maybe could throw him around. It works. Then he'll get a spark in his eye, and then it all helps on the road to recovery, makes him feel a little bit better.
Dude, that's my favourite one.
It's fun. Believe it or not, it's a lot of fun. He is a lot more gentle with me than he is with his opponents. Once you know how to fall the right way, you don't hurt yourself so much.
You know one thing, guys, folks? Without this woman here, this is another fear that I got, and that's losing this woman. Because without this woman here, I wouldn't be able to train. So it's great just to see Janine help me out, and that's another big fear that I got is losing her, and hopefully we're to be together the rest of our lives. Yeah. But
Which one there?
obviously,
Okay.
boom, and the Ox is the champion.
For Ox, the time had come to make his move.
Let's get the opponents into the ring.
Come on, ref!
A win tonight, and the Ox can stake a claim to a King of the Heap rematch. The Wrestlers' Bush Telegraph is buzzing. The upcoming King of the Heap title match is now a three-way contest. Somehow, Bully the Brawler has written himself into the script.
With this, as you want to call them, scripts or storylines, with Mr. Damage's show, like a lot of times I don't like them because they're for him. The outcome's always going to be the same, and you know I'll speak up about it, or if I don't speak up about it, well, I'll put a few hiccups in there.
I've had guys that have, you know, that I wrestled with that absolutely change the script full stop, you know, and they'll get in your ear and say, we're doing this. and you've got to stop them. You say, no, you're not. You're doing this. And becomes a tug of war in the ring.
Scripts or no scripts, the Ox is going to have to come out number one. And I'm going to have to blow some friendships, but that's the way it's going to go. Simple as that. Other people have done it to me, why can't I do it back?
While Damage is distracted by the duties of being a promoter, Bully takes Ox aside for a little chat.
He will try and brainwash you. He will try and manipulate you to help him out. You know the score. You know who uses you, and you know who's only looking after himself. You don't worry about us anymore. Because he's a promoter, he reverses the decision on you.
Yeah.
Like,
because he didn't want me to take
the limelight. You're a winner. You're a winner on the night.
No.
And that's what he doesn't like. He wants to be on the top all the time. He'll be thinking, 2-1-1. I mean, I know what you're like, Ox. It'll be you. I know we both of us have got to go in for the kill.
Yep.
And I know who I'll be going in for, and I think you'll be going for the same person as me.
Yep.
And then we'll just deal with our situation later on.
It's a hard road. It's a hard road being a promoter, and it's a hard road setting up everything. It's a hard road getting the ring. It's a hard road getting, things happening to promote a show.
You can't be squashed all the time. You can't have someone stand over you all the time. It's just not a good look. It's only an ego trip for the other person.
I mean, just when you thought people were your mates, they're not. Things change.
It's his show. It's his billing. It's his money. We only go... we're like stool pigeons. We're clowns in a circus, mate.
Before a big fight, I generally stay away from Adrian. He gets pretty nervous. He goes into a sort of a zone, I guess you would say.
I have to prepare hard, and preparing for any of my matches, I get really nervous before a match. So even then, even my mind, body's whole thing sometimes goes out the window. And, I'm just getting too nervous because I'm just going over the match in my head. Even like when I'm at the woodyard, just throwing the wood around, just clearing the mind, getting a sweat up, getting out all the different toxins, which is cleaning the body, and working in an environment like that, which is good for the soul. It's peaceful. Oh, my training's just gone up like 150%, I'm doing everything twice as hard. Man, I'm getting so excited, and I'm just getting, I'm getting so edgy. This fight that's coming up at the moment, the three-way dance, myself versus Mr. Damage versus the Bully Brawler, I'm really going to look forward to doing this,
The big day has arrived. The King of the Heap title match is only hours away. And a plan of sorts has been hatched.
Bottom line is, Ox and myself, we're going to go for it. We'll probably, we'll team up a little bit there. We've got to give Con the pressure, because our main thing is we've got to get rid of Con first. That is the first thing. Then we'll worry about each other.
Let me tell you, I've been on a trip, and my trip started 25 years ago. And at the end of the day, the wealth of experience that I have accumulated within this body is going to be with me and nobody else. But don't even think, don't even suggest, don't even imagine that you'll be anywhere close to what I've been there, or I've done, or where I'm going.
If you can believe 150% in yourself, you can become the best. I put all my heart and soul into it, and I win. It's not the dog in the fight, it's the fight in the dog. And if you can get it out and just beat him and just rearrange someone in a way that you can outwit him, then you're a better wrestler than them. How can I say? I don't really want to fuck up. Because I want to try and be the best. I want to be number one. I want to take it to the top. So, this match that's coming at the moment, man, it's like, It's just eating me up. It's eating me. There's 3 guys in there. One comes out the victor. Now I need this. I really need this. Because for me, I want to go to the States and I want this. And I want the WWE to say, hey, yeah, we want your services.
Tonight, the one you've been waiting for, the 3 biggest stars of Rumble Rock Wrestling. Mr. Damage, Konyakovides, the Ox, the Brawler, Bully Heasley, all in the ring at the same time. No friends, no managers, no bullshit. 3-way dance. There will be one winner. Man versus man versus man.
What is this shit? Come on! Let's get him out and do some Rumble Rock Wrestling! Coach, the Ox rocks!
We all see if he can fight it as good as he can talk. Is Mr. Damage.
Because I was the star, I'm gonna be the star, and that's the way it is. Damage! You are damage!
We've got 2 participants out. The Ox sitting on top of his throne.
Bring him on, bring these shots! Where are they?
Okay, let's do it.
Let's have a look. Hey, come on!
So let's let him go at it. I want to win the match.
To the untrained eye, this fight has all the hallmarks of good wrestling entertainment. And then, the mood changes. It starts getting personal. And it's Mr. Damage who cops it. But the old warhorse still has a few tricks up his sleeve. With Ox out of the ring and Bully the Brawler on his last legs, Mr. Damage comes in for the kill. But Ox is not out of this fight, and his timing is impeccable. And now the door opens for the Ox. It's 2 weeks later, and our stars have moved on. It's opening night at Bully the Brawler's first exhibition.
If the wrestling folds today, tomorrow, I mean, look, it's not going to kill me. I mean, it'll be a big part of me gone, but I mean, I've got more things. I mean, especially with my artwork. You never know. I mean, I've got work and interests going around worldwide. People are knowing about me, so I might have an opening in New York. I might have one in Barcelona or London, you know, Hamburg, Germany, anywhere. Future's looking real bright.
For Mr. Damage, 2 weeks has done little to ease the pain of defeat.
If people didn't like me, well, that's their bad luck. And if people like me, well, all I can say is that I hope I've given them a lot of excitement in the years, and I hope I've given them a lot of action in the years. But as far as the rest of it, it's all history. It's all history. I will not bow out like an idiot. And I've seen a lot of people at the age of 50 still wrestling, and I just find that appalling and stupid. Like I said, I've had a good career. It's been good to me. I've seen the world. It's just basically time to hang my boots up, and I want to do it with the most respect possible. I don't want people to say, look at Damage, he's getting too old, and he's trying to get in there, and he's trying to win, and he's trying to do this. I don't need that, because that's the kind of statements other people make about other people, and I've been there and I've heard it, and it doesn't sound good or feel good, and I don't want people to be talking about me. Maybe some people are already saying that, but listen, at the end of the day, the Westgate Bridge has got a few cracks in it, but everybody still uses it, right? That's exactly right.
It's now or never for the Ox and his dreams of overseas stardom.
Thank you for calling World Wrestling Entertainment. If you are interested in becoming a WWE talent, you must have 3 to 5 years prior professional wrestling experience. Then what you need to do is send a video of your in-ring work, pictures, and a resume to World Wrestling Entertainment, 1241 East Main Street, Stamford, Connecticut, 06902. Please bear in mind that we do get a numerous amount of tapes, and it will take a little time before we can respond to you in kind. Once again, thank you for your interest, and thank you for calling World Wrestling Entertainment.
I can go anywhere I want to go. I can do anything I want to do. I can be anyone who I want to be. So let's see how good I can get and how good I can be.
I'd like to introduce at this time, in the white corner, in my opinion, one of the greatest wrestlers in the world today, who defeated all comers on a European tour that lasted 2 years and has been sensational since his return to Australia. Introducing at 256 pounds.
It's worse than a jogging to
Jogging to you.
Did I pass?
Oh, absolutely.
Introducing his opponent in this match, which will be 2 falls out of 3 or a decision at the end of 6 rounds. His opponent.
This is Brittany. Now, talking about charisma, now Brittany's nearly 2 years old, and Brittany's going to show you now the wrestler. Do the wrestler. That's good. Do the Queen. That's the Queen.
Alex Iacovides. Your Marie Georgiana, may the better man win.
But no, nothing to indicate that he'd take up wrestling. What am I going to say?
Rock your socks. That one comes courtesy of Killer
SBS would like to congratulate Chris Hilton and his team for winning the 2004 TV Week Logie Most Outstanding Documentary Series Award for Dying to Leave. Dying to Leave, a 2-part series in which refugees recount their stories, will be screening on Storyline Australia on June 10 and June 17.
Through the forearm choke. Through the cranium cracker. If a headbutt doesn't...
Follow your dreams, follow your persona. If somebody says to you, hey, here's an opportunity, take an opportunity. The door only knocks once, it doesn't knock twice, because once you miss that train, you're out of there, you're gone. So if the challenge is there, take it front on, take it with a view, and don't forget that the Ox rocks. Thank you. How much money is today?
Let's go over the ropes. Well, thank you, man. Let's go over the
Next week on Storyline